Catch that one roll back up. Great shot from Pat Simmons. You have to be kidding me.
Kevin Martin.
They'll try and get them all. They'll do just that. Great shot. Well, welcome back here inside the Brooks Curling Club. Luke Coley with you as CurlTV.com continues our coverage of the Cactus Pheasant Classic with B semifinal action. We bring you our featured game. It is Ralph Stockli taking on Wayne Middaugh, an international affair. These two teams take on one another, taking on different routes, winning their first, losing their second, and we are underway here quickly into this one. It is Simon Struben for Team Stockli to start things off. Here in Draw 7, we've determined the 3 A qualifiers. We'll get you to that throughout the broadcast here. And as well, we'll talk about scenarios heading to the B qualifiers we'll have for you in Draw 8 tonight. First stone into the rings, and Wayne Middaugh will try to rebound. Last time we saw him was a struggle for him as he just could not make anything. Scott Bailey.
That's a good number.
We'll start things off here.
Easy, easy, easy.
For Team Middaugh looking to get the corner guard out.
What are we sweeping for?
Das Eis. Sauber.
Ritus.
Länge hoch.
Wird
Länge
besser.
gut.
Wird besser, richtig.
Länge hoch.
Wow. Was immer. Ja, 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 ja. Hey! Hey, no, 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 no. Hey! Hey!
While trying to guard up that one, sitting top 8 foot, it doesn't quite curl enough. There is room to get at it. Stockli coming into this one. An important game. Winner moves on, take on Jason Gunlickson, who lost an A qualifier after being up 4-0 against Glenn Howard. Ended up losing in an extra end there. So Glenn Howard qualifies, Kevin Martin qualifies, Randy Furby qualifies. 3 of the 4 trial teams into the quarterfinals already.
Hey!
Well, this one will over curl, and this was a case the other day with Wayne Middaugh yesterday against Mike McEwen. That one over curls, chips it in, and Stockli lying 2 with that biter. That's going to throw a guard. Marcus Egler, the second, a former world champion, will try to put this guard out in front.
Wie abhauen, nimm mich an. Okay.
Macht alles alleine. Wow.
Warte.
Wow, wow, wow.
Jetzt runter.
Oh. Okay.
Well, comes tighter than they supposedly tried to. There is a chance to get a bunch of it going here, and you could get 3 if you hit it right. Here's we'll see a John Epping, pardon me, playing this intern peel, wants to clear the front.
Sorry, he's got it.
Well, catch that top one thin, off it, catch the other one, slide it right by, and almost gets everything. Great peel, the triple peel for John Epping, and now 3 rocks will be replaced by just 1.
Out.
Here for Marcus Egler, his second. He'll throw the out-turn guard as we play end 1 of this B semi. 3 B semifinals going on here in this draw. 1 C event game, that being Bob Ursel taking on Kerry Burtnick.
Wow.
Loser of that eliminated. We'll keep a close eye on those 2 Canadian pre-trial squads.
Achtung,
Of course, Wayne Middaugh, also a pre-trial squad, taking on the Swiss Olympic representative.
Runter schön.
Yep. Yep.
one in a great spot. Wolves pretty much see the run back. I figured this was coming for Epping. Run this one straight back and get the one out of the top of the 4-foot. Well, run it back, will just catch enough, roll the shooter over to the side, and 2 guards out in front, and quite a different scenario now after 2 big weight shots by John Epping, and Wayne Middaugh needed that. Really needs a good start in this one. Give himself that confidence. Did bounce back this morning, defeating Kerry Burtnick to get to this game against Ralph Stockli.
That's me, Felix. Good.
Achtung!
4.
Ja! Oh!
4.
Ja! 1!
Well, they're trying to hook it around. This one just didn't move for him as much as they thought. It sits just across the center line in the open.
Just hack.
Just quiet weight, and I think there's room to try and make that
Have a hair
flop.
less?
But again, you don't want to cut it too close and chip that front one. Throwing hack, if it does overcurl, they can split it in.
Solid, Johnny.
Whoa, whoa. Whoa.
It's coming down. Coming down.
Whoa! Let her cross, buddy.
Well, trying to get across here. They'll get right to the beak of it as they make the nose hit.
Hack weight!
On trying to play the hack weight hit. Will be Jan Hauser right back. I don't know if they can get underneath. Even if they are, they're just in the top of the 12-foot here.
Bump, los.
Achtung! Ja! Oh! Off.
Well,
Okay.
makes a little roll under as it sits 1. Here's a look at how Team Stockli got to this point. A win, Joel Jordison 5-3 their first game. They lose to Kevin Martin, who qualifies out of the A event 6-2. And a lopsided win earlier today against Bob Ursel 7-1. So that's how Team Stockli gets to this B semi. Winner gets Jason Gunlickson in the B qualifier in draw 8 tonight.
Whoa, 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 whoa. Yep! Whoa, yep!
All right, go.
While trying to get them both under, and roll that one just a little bit, not enough. Here's a look at how Team Middaugh gets there again, winning their first lopsided, losing their second lopsided, and then bouncing back with a good win against Kerry Burtnick and a good test earlier today in draw 5. So it could be a 3-game day for the winner of this one. Loser will drop to the C event and take on the winner of the Stoughton Claudio Pescia match going on.
That is. Okay.
Goed. Warte. Achtung.
Well, a chance to get at it here for Ralph. His first of the game.
Ja. Über den Nagel.
Trying to get at it, make sure they have enough. We'll chip it roll into the open. As they punch that one through, you see Marcus Agler holds the broom for Ralph, the second on the team with Struben and Hauser, the sweepers on Ralph Stockli's 2 stones here.
Johnny's so close to me, so good. Yeah, Johnny was bored. Like his hack waiter that you call was kind of boordish. Yeah. Whoa.
Whoa! Whoa! Off! Yep! Whoa! Yep!
Well, they want to try and make the roll in behind, and this one can be quite close. They'll make the roll right across in behind that far one, overburies it, and now Ralph looking at that one, had to make sure he rolled further away. Well, that one too easy for Wayne Middaugh, and he makes a nice roll across. That was Ralph now looking. He may have to just draw around, either corner it or take it right behind to get in there for a shot stone and get a force.
Ja, aber im Moment wahrscheinlich so.
So this Ralph Stockli's last. He knows he'll be the Swiss team in Vancouver for the February 2010 Olympics. Coming closer as the torch has touched down in Canada actually today. So all the teams looking towards that are either an Olympic team here or a pre-trial or trial squad in Canada. Ralph would like to knock off Wayne Middaugh here, trying to hook this one around. Well, he's by now. Be past the other one, but will it stop for shot stone? That's the question, but it's going to slide too far. And had great line, just less weight. He has an absolute peach. Instead, leaves an open draw here for Wayne Middaugh to get an early two.
Down there, right?
Practice quicker than practice.
I would. You gotta believe.
Yeah.
Well, I hear them talking a lot about the weight, what it's going to do, certain spot.
I think, yeah, okay. Yep. It's fine. Okay, that's good. Yeah.
So last of the first, Wayne Middaugh just needs full 12 piece of the 8-foot to get a second point and an early 2-0 lead.
I don't think we can hurt this thing.
Epping on the left, Scott Bailey on the right, trying to put this one into the 8-foot. Mead out to help. Can they get it to the 8-foot?
Go, 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 go.
Good.
It's good.
A little worry in the comment, can't hurt it. They won't. They'll take it right to the 4-foot.
Nice shot,
Middaugh
Steve.
gets his deuce. And yes,
good
two
shooting,
great
Johnny.
shots
Great
by
shot.
John Epping. Help sets up an early deuce by Wayne Middaugh.
Lakeview Hotels and Resorts, Canada's destination for quality accommodation and friendly service. We have more of what you're looking for. From select service hotels to full service resorts, we aim to satisfy. Curl up with us and experience the difference. Our comfortable rooms and friendly staff create your home away from home. Lakeview Hotels and Resorts. Always comfortable, always charming.
Well, welcome back here inside the Brooks Curling Club. Middaugh, Stockli. It is draw 7. Scott Bailey to start things off, and Scott Bailey wearing the mic for us here in this game. Of course, Wayne Middaugh refusing to wear one for us, but we are fortunate to have Scott Bailey wearing one here in this draw for his insight to this game coming from the front end. Actually, it's a very interesting perspective because you hear them, the talk that they have with the skip. Him and Wayne have quite a relationship where he leans on him a lot. They played together for a long time, so they know what each other's thinking, and you get a chance to hear his thoughts to Wayne as they're about to throw the last couple stones of the end.
Good. Akkurat det ser vidt.
Wow, 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 da läuft's. Schau mal, wie näher das dann noch kommt. Ich habe das Gefühl, da ist wie eine Bahn runter. Ich will nicht mehr einen Auflauf.
Eight-foot, eh, Scotty? It's just a hair more by number, but
I think it's there, guys. Whoa.
It's good, it's good, it's good. Chad.
Well, a 2-0 lead means the first 2 will
Slippery
come in,
down there.
especially with that one going just back button for Wayne, Scott Bailey. He guards it with the one top 4-foot. Stockli will try to move them around.
Nu neem. Genau.
Well, Simon Struben, you get a good look there at that rock. The extra little spin he puts on it just to make sure it's sliding smooth, sitting in the hack. All the routine that each curler has and that they'll go through before they throw each stone. That's one thing that is taught a lot by coaches is make sure you go through the same routine. Every rock you throw, whether you're throwing an angle raised double or you're throwing a draw through the ring or a draw to the 4-foot. So just the same routine to make sure that you're doing the same things. And that one doesn't work out for Simon there. Chips off a little bit. And Wayne's going to go rip the guard. Well, it was this man, John Epping, that really set up that 2 in the first end. Couple key shots as he was able to make the triple peel, then a run back, open things up and allow them to set it up, and then a key hit and roll made by Wayne Middaugh helped the situation in that first end of play.
Dat is zeker zo fijn niet, hè. Dat is oer veel kribbelen voor.
Wow. Wow, nee. Wow.
Well, looking to guard up that one that they do have in the rings. Middaugh will guard it. This looking very much like a late end game between these two with the guards going out, the peels. It is Middaugh lying 2.
It's getting better.
And they'll appeal the guard, so they just come up enough, catch that one, roll out, leave those 2 in the 4-foot. I think right now, Stockli throw another guard up. Still last of seconds. Put another guard, see if Wayne peels, and if he makes a play in on your stones, then you can try and maneuver his around. And he's still got lots of rocks to do that with.
Schiet erin, curl het erin mee.
Dat is goed.
No lengie.
Yep. Hard.
Well, they want to guard up that one, just biting the edge of the 4-foot.
What was that?
I think Middaugh has a little smirk there. Maybe he was indicating of putting a guard out in front, but not at this point. John Mead get to play the rip.
Clean it. Just clean, Johnny. Just clean.
So a clean peel there for
Lovely.
What's that?
It's just lovely.
John Mead.
Nei. Weg van achter toe.
Well, now they decide to make a play, and they're looking to make that double roll a little way. Instead, Jan Hauser just hits, rolls out.
Or Skipper might not be able to get them both out.
What's that?
I said, I'm glad he didn't hit half, or Skipper might not have been able to get either one of them out.
Just normal, boys.
Normal, John?
Eye of the tiger, eh? Whoa, whoa, off. Clean it. Yeah. I slid pretty full. I was a full.
Well, gets the hit, but rolls a little away. There is a chance to roll back in front for Stockli. He's going to try and get it there. Just that miss by Jan Hauser on his last. The difference, because if he makes that double rolls away, they're lying 2. And then Amit's probably going to have to throw a very flat double or a hit and roll, try and get cluster them together.
What?
Whoa. Back.
Well, they don't get the roll. They'll make the nose hit. Will be just into the top of the 8-foot.
Eye of the tiger, he says.
Clean, yep. Clean. Whoa, whoa. Just clean.
Well, just an open hit here. Rolls a bit away, otherwise it would have been a very steep double. Stockli looks like he's going to be forced unless he tries to go for this double. It is a thin, and I'll try to line that up here. I think right now you have to give the double a go. Either give it a go now or try and hit and roll off that back one. Really, those are your 2 options now.
Bam, bam, bam.
Schon so.
Weniger. Bam, bam.
Well, it looks like they're trying to size up the double or the hit and roll here for Ralph Stockli. The intern and not overthrowing it, so I think just the hit and roll here is what they're looking for to try and get in behind.
Wow. Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Well, catch it thin. They'll catch enough. Will they have enough to push it right out? And they didn't throw enough. They hit it the perfect angle, but not enough weight for Stockli to get it all the way out.
I probably like into the line, but that's your call.
Mr. Simmons? Good, how are you?
Well, looking for the little roll to the outside. Wayne Middaugh, his last of the end.
Clean. Yep. Go. Right to it, right to it. Go, 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 go. Good.
Well, the nose hit, and it'll sit top of the button.
Kom an normal klapp. Ta
And it'll mean an open hit here for the single point for Ralph Stockli. Wasn't able to get things going. Really, that missed double by Jan Hauser took any chance of scoring a deuce away, and he's forced to take his 1. So the Swiss Olympic skip, Ralph Stockli, looking for the open hit and stick to score his single point.
Okay.
Well, they needed to hit and stick. He does just that. He'll sit top of the button. Looking at though it might have jumped, something possible pick as a 2-1 game here at the Cactus Pheasant Classic. We'll get you over, take a look around all the other games going on. Just 5 games in action here in Draw 7. Claudio Pescia, Jeff Stoughton, C event play over on sheet 1, and Pesha with an early deuce for another Swiss team here in this competition, and a former teammate of Ralph Stockli's. While on sheet 2, Pat Simmons, Fang Chung Wang, a blank first end in that game. Winner gets Nicholas Eden in our feature game in draw 8 in a B qualifier. Of course, we're on sheet 3. On sheet 4, a big battle of two pre-trial teams in the C event. Loser goes home, winner moves on. 1-0 Burtnick leading on sheet 4. While on sheet 5, another B semi. It's Sean Giel taking on Greg McCauley, an all BC battle. We've seen a few of those so far. Giel leads 1-0 through one end as they play late in the second end of that 1-0 on sheet 6 here in this draw. So 5 games going on here at the Cactus Pheasant Classic. Luke Coley with you as Simon Struben gets on end 3 going as Middaugh gets the hammer back, trying to score a deuce and extend his lead.
Looks good.
Room.
Wait's good right now.
Room.
Well, we can wait, John. We can wait.
It's real good, guys. Real good. Room. Looks like it's got to stop.
Whoa. Shot, Scotty.
Well, they just want a top part of the rings, and great
Danny.
touch, great communication. You heard it the whole way down early that they had room, and then John Meade saying, yeah, we can wait, and then we can go a little bit at the end, and coast right into the top of the 4-foot. Great line, great weight, and Simon Struben now will have to freeze on top of it.
8. Drum.
Hij komt.
Hij is goed, Lenny.
Wow. Zijn we nog wit? Immer nog wit. Nee. Ja.
Well, this one really took its time, but it's going to come down, sit on the corner. They were hoping to try and get to the inside. And now that's where Middaugh will look to get to with Bailey second.
Looks similar.
Similar. No, Johnny, never.
It's heavier.
Well, I hear the call heavier, a little bit more weight, and this one will
Go,
just
Johnny,
change
Johnny,
the angles a bit,
go.
roll it away.
Okay, huge. Or John, or Scotty.
I'm going to try and roll on top. Actually, if you can almost crotch those two, hit the yellow one just first, and it'll redirect the red onto the yellow. You can get rid of both of them here. Agler's first.
Ja.
Or even just the hit and roll here is an option as well. They'll make the nose hit. Just didn't come up enough at the end to roll in front. A big miss there because they had the angle set up. Now Middaugh will hit and roll in front. John Epping, solid game through the first 2. Some key shots being made. Now we'll look for another one.
Come on, baby.
Well,
Good throw,
trying
Huge.
to roll right in front, and it'll roll right top 12 foot in front of that redstone. Just that quiet hit weight comes up just enough to roll top 12 foot.
Gut. Wie viel da? 14-2.
Well, this this one just diving towards the center line guard, and it'll crash, just chip off. Really can't afford to give up a big end.
That was hooked.
Pardon?
That was hooked.
Yes. I like it.
While trying to make the double peel, move them around, they're able to just open things up. John Epping has had a solid game and through 6 shots. Just double peels the front, slides into the rings, and it's still Middaugh lying 1. But Stockli can't really afford to give up a big end, and he's not set up very well.
I'm making you look good.
Well, this is a risky double to try because they're trying to slash it onto that top yellow. Can't afford to have this one over curl onto their own. They got to keep it out. Get one, and that's the worry that they'll spill that one out. They do make a double, but 1 stone in the rings, a top 8 foot. Middaugh trying to just split the rings, avoid setting up a double. In position to get a deuce, a second one of the game.
Normal.
Yep.
3.5.
Normal, Johnny.
Felt like what I've been throwing. Right to his broom.
Yep. 3 would be bad. Yep. Right back, Johnny. It's not through.
Well, they want to take it back 12. They want to force it to be a long double if Stockli tries it. And we'll see how many times he attempts it. I think either hit and roll in front. Still 3 rocks to go for each side. Stockli giving up a deuce will go down 4-1 through 3 ends and make it tough. Have to get a deuce back in the next. But here, objective coming in was to try and get the force.
Good.
Whoa.
Pump.
Oh. Back. Oh, I know.
Well, get the hit. Don't get the roll over in front. It'll sit top 12 foot. It is shot stone, and I think Middaugh probably wants a little roll out, a little roll away here. Nose isn't the end of the world.
Gotta go, buddy. Gotta go hard.
Really gotta go.
Well, they get the hit, but it'll roll out for John. He's just unable to stick around, and there's a break for Stockli. Frustration from John as he's not able to stick around. Middaugh heads down knowing he's going to have a couple of hits to blank the end after losing an opportunity to score the deuce.
Komm Sie Garen, schneller.
Okay.
Well, we'll get the hit, roll right across and right out. Middaugh will get a draw into the rings. He's going to go, looks like the wide side. Now they're going to change, going to go to the center. Wayne quickly out of the hack here. His first. Well, just trying to draw into the rings. Pretty simple position. Setting up for a blank. This is the third end of play. Going away 2 in the first by Middaugh. A great start. Stockli only able to get 1 back. That could prove to be big. Here, Middaugh was setting up for at least a deuce in the end. But here, a rollout by John Mead. Now Stockli will play a hit on his last. We'll be setting up for Wayne to play a blank with the final stone of the end. Well, gets a little roll, trying to get to a different spot, force Wayne to throw it. If there is a tough spot on the ice per se, it's been pretty good and hasn't been a lot of tricky spots. Here they're going to just play the outturn peel, hit roll out with the last rock of the third.
Clean.
To keep it a 2-1 score.
I got this.
Well, hit roll out, and we have a blank third end. It'll remain a 2-1 score. Wayne Middaugh leading Ralph Stockli here at the Cactus Pheasant, and you heard the frustration from John Mead. They missed a chance at 2.
News from the ice. It's the only place to go for your daily curling fix.
Glenn Howard has taken over the lead on the men's group.
That's all right. I'll pick that one out. Roll through the hole in front of the whole province, at least for Tony. Well, underachieve is definitely an understatement.
The final didn't quite live up to expectations.
CurlTV.com.
Your house online.
You say that way better than I do.
I know.
Your game on TV then.
Well, Ralph Stockli trailing 2-1 to Wayne Middaugh. Here, winner moves on to a B qualifier in draw 8 tonight against Jason Gunlickson and his Winnipeg team. Well, the loser will drop to the C event and take on the winner of Jeff Stoughton, Claudio Pescia. So, an important end here for Stockli, trying to get the force, get the hammer back and try to tie this game up. Here, Simon Struben, again, will be the centerline guard, will be the call for him. Get this one tight to the rings, but not in so that it can't be hit. So centerline guard out in front. Scott Bailey will try to follow it down. He's had good touch, and really the difference in this game has been the play of the front ends. Right now, Wayne Middaugh's front end outplaying Stockli's front end considerably. John Epping having a solid game with some big weight shots. Set up the 2 in the first end by opening things up.
Good. Jeez. Sweep and sharp.
Schnavitus!
Eis!
Schnavit!
Eis!
Ja! Kan jederzeit! Bis dahin! Ja! Hey! Go.
Trying to get it there, but did Struben throw enough to get it right to the face, and he will get right to the corner of it. Middaugh try to get to the inside of it, play maybe a little tap and roll.
Basically the same.
Yeah. It's at least the same, Scotty.
Well, they want to play the little heavy tap, try and get the roll underneath. They got to get to the inside here. We'll make the nose, tap it back, push it back 4, and it'll still be, won't be shot stone, spun a little bit at the end. it's shot rock for Stockli, and they can come down and hit lie 2,
Freeze dich ein, da ab.
or just freeze to it. And I like the freeze here. Come down, keep stones around. Right now, that'll be your friend, trying to get Wayne Middaugh to have to take 1 in the end.
Zieh mal. Länge. No Länge. Ja. Come on.
But got to make sure you're there. Need to be into the 4-foot at least here for Egler. But really can't afford to be short on it. They'll come up and just into a bad spot because there's that yellow slash now. You can play with probably just a control weight right into it, make the double, and keep your shooter. Just really can't go through that hole. So John Epping, another big shot, big chance to set up the end for Middaugh. Well, yellow into the hole, will punch it through and punch it away. They'll lose the shooter, and that red one will spin, just hang around as a nibbler. Back 12-foot. Middaugh lying 2.
Stärk wieder hinten, Teppe. Warte.
Well, just trying to tap it back, and I just haven't been sharp. That one a little miss hit. There is a pocket. It's still Middaugh lying 2.
Do you draw or do you?
I think right here you have to draw. You hit this one.
I gotta nose it, I think.
Give Stockli a chance to get to that pocket, but you also force him to play that against 3. So there's 2 ways of thought. I think right here you draw top 4-foot with the out turn, but
it's either this or the draw.
Here they're electing to hit and lie 3 this way. Well, important that they stick around, because if not, there will be a double made. We'll hit there. And Stockli, I think, has to hit, but the worry is that it might jam in playing that. Try and hit and roll into the pocket.
Achtung! Wow.
Well, that's just a little bit off, overthrowing it. Needed to get the roll in. They roll away. I hear. But that one in the 8-foot they hit. Now it's in the 12-foot. Play the draw, and if you come out the other side, take away that draw to the pocket.
Johnny, I just think it's probably started to slow down a little bit. Like, whatever you had here will be fine.
Top 8's good.
Yeah.
It's there.
Yeah, it's good. It's definitely enough.
Heavy!
Whoa!
Heavy, 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 heavy. Heavy. Almost through.
Well, they don't want to be deep here and create more of a pocket. This one of Ralph actually will get on, but could have left it to try and dig in. Too deep there for Mead and let Stockli off the hook. Now the decision, I think you can either play just a straight draw behind with the in-turn, go top 4-foot, or you can draw into the pocket, or play this double, which seems is the call now for Jan Hauser. And he needs to come up with a big one. He struggled a little bit here so far in the game. Down 2-1 without the hammer, facing 3.
Kommt los!
Achtung! Ja! Ah!
While trying to hold this one, they'll end up making the nose hit, or the hit of the one roll over the top. It is just shot stone. Two options again for Middaugh. You come down, tap that one through, but you will leave a bit of a pocket, or you draw a top forefoot.
Yeah, I do too. I do too. It's better.
Still there, man.
Okay. It's better.
Only if it's late.
Don't want to. Don't want to, Wayne. We're already there. We're in there.
It's deep, Wayne.
Well, this is just, again, a little bit deep for John Mead. He'll come down into that pocket. And it looks like first and second for Middaugh. They've allowed Stockli to stay in this end. It very well, Middaugh makes a couple. They're lying 3 or 4 right now.
Läuft recht gut, hat jetzt 14-6 gehabt. Hat jetzt 14-6 gehabt.
So skip stones of this fourth end. Stockli with the in-turn, trying to, don't know if he wants to go right down to it or top 4. Ideally, if you get fully buried, you want to be in front, but you go right down to it, you can basically eliminate all those yellow stones from counting by putting it right on the nose of that one back 4.
Achtung! Wow! Nur Länge. Ist viel Platz, sehr viel Platz. Schlange. Wow, wow, wow.
Baby.
While trying to curl, trying to get to that one back 4, and it's going to chip off the side of it. Just doesn't curl enough for him and had a bit more weight than they wanted.
Yeah, that's the shot. Yeah, yeah, just try and bump.
Guess I told Johnny something he didn't want to hear. Okay, so back here, like?
Well, basically what John Mead threw on his 2 draws, just a heavy draw, wants to just bump it on the nose. We'll leave that one redstone there. If he can roll off, that works as well, or just the nose is fine. For Stockli to play that draw, you just saw him be heavy with his first. Now Middaugh wants to get right to it.
Line's good.
Lane's good. We can go. Want to go when we can.
Close. Clean it. Yep. Yep.
Pushing it out.
Back 8.
Good. Go. Whoa. 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 Whoa.
Well, they want to get to the nose. They'll tap it right through and past the other ones. And now, can Stockli throw any weight at it to get there? You could either try and draw to it, or just play the freeze. So wants to cross the nose of that yellow one, trying to get to the inside.
Come around, nein. Geht direkt rein.
So the in-turn into that pocket in front of those ones would be great. Even if they come out the other side, there's not going to be anything with the out-turn because they'll have backing with that one that Wayne just threw. And let's say a perfect example of why stones behind the T-line can kill you. Middaugh lies a couple, but definitely not out of the woods from Stockli to make a key shot. All of a sudden, it's a different end.
Länge. 6 ist gut. T-line.
Ist einiges kürzer. Zieh! Ja! Örglein!
Ri.
Örglein!
Ri.
Örglein!
Ri.
Well, they got to get there. They can't afford to touch that guard. They get by. Now they'll overcurl that Yellowstone completely right to the back one. And it'll be very close if they're shot of what there is. And
can you?
Looks like it is shot stone for Stockli. And
probably right.
Wonder if they can tap it to try and score 2.
Yeah.
There's a close look at.
Where did you like it, Wayne?
Definitely that redstone that shot rock back 4.
Helped him.
So there's those stones in behind that helped Stockli out. But can Wayne come down, tap that one just a sliver, and sit there to pick up a deuce and a 4-1 lead halfway through this B semi.
Yeah, you were back here. Looks still there.
Whoa, if you can. Whoa, whoa, off. Whoa.
Still there.
Whoa,
Well, it
where are
will
you?
start to
Still
make
there.
its move here.
How much? Yep.
After the hog line now, trying to get in here.
Yep, go, go,
Gotta
go.
move this one a little bit.
Go.
Starting
go,
to
go,
dive, get
go.
past their own, move it back. And they chip their own, but did they move it too far? And they will chip that Yellowstone. And it is there for a single point only. Wayne Middaugh gets one. They'll take a close look, but it is just a single point. And Middaugh, a 3-1 lead at the break. Here, we're through 4 ends at the Cactus Pheasant Classic. We'll take a chance to get a look. All the other games here, as we're through 4 ends of our feature game. Get a look. 2 C event games, 3 B semis out on the ice. As let's take a look now. Stoughton with a single in the 3rd. They head to the 4th end of that one. Claudio Pescia has the hammer on sheet 1. While we slide it right next to him on sheet 2, it is a B semi. We'll have the winner of this in our feature game tonight against Nicholas Eden. 1-1, Simmons and Wang battling it on sheet 2. While on sheet 3 is our feature game. It is 3-1, Middaugh leading, heading to 5. While Bob Ursel picks up the 4 against Kerry Burtnick. A loser of that one is eliminated. Although we did see a team come back from 4-0 earlier, it's not over yet. We see another 4-1 lead, this time for Sean Giel over Greg McCauley. Winner of that gets Mike McEwen in a B qualifier tonight. We'll have more qualifier games tonight and all C event tomorrow here at the Cactus Pheasant Classic. It's the 3rd edition of this event. Of course, both the previous winners are into the quarterfinals along.
That's unbelievable. And then I'm playing your last one that if it just glances
Randy
off,
Furby
push
out
it
of
right over the
Edmonton.
top of it.
dort etwas gehen.
Well, that one just really laid down. I'd seen it being quick in the previous end. That one, a hog rock, goes top button. Wayne Middaugh, we'll see if he guards it up with Scott Bailey's second shot.
Yeah, okay. No.
Well, they'll bring this one in.
Good weight, Scotty.
I think they want to maybe have that one out in front. That one slides into the top of the house. Stockli will get the corner guard up now, but a rock late in the end. And this one could be a fairly open end as Stockli tries to get things going. As you see just those 2 rocks in the rings. We'll see the corner going out with the broom on the center line for Simon Struben. Well, Middaugh had the broom down there before it had even come to rest. It comes down. We'll see the peel here on John Epping. He's had a solid game here. I continue to say it. He just keeps making a big weight shot after big weight shot. And I look back to that first end. The triple peel really opened up that end, allowed for Middaugh to play the hit and roll. With his first, set up a skip's deuce, and has taken that and run with it. A 3-1 game, though, at this stage of the game, not over yet by any means. Stockli gets a deuce, and it's a 3-end game and a tie score. So. Well, they were trying to make the double there, maybe hold on to the hammer into the 6th end, score the deuce there. Double wasn't made, rolls out as Egler unable to make that double. Middaugh will split the house or he guards. 2 options at this point.
Got the impression he wasn't in love with his shot.
Who's that, huge?
Huge.
Oh, he's got lots.
Well, they want to get this one level. They don't want to leave a double on these two. And they need to get it into the rings. It'll go high. And there is definitely another chance of this double. Where they line up. So Marcus Egler, a second crack at making this one. It's a little more difficult, longer separation between the two. But nothing yet from the sweepers. As he'll just get the little inside roll, will bite the 12-foot. To get on, Middaugh will have to make a bit of roll. So still in a good spot for Stockli to try and set up for a blank. As long as they'll be able to make a double at some point in this end.
Close. Hard!
Well, make the hit, and will he touch that one? He'll roll right off to the side. Will he stick around? That'll be a big stone if he stops. And perfect. Couldn't have lined those up any better by drawing it there. And chips off it, rolls to the side, splits it up. Stockli trying to roll it back in front. The break goes towards John Mead. And Jan Hauser trying to roll back to the center. Well, makes the hit, but it won't stick around. That's going to roll big right out. So they had to try and make the flat roll instead of sticking around. Roll away. And
you guys like the guard? I don't like the guard. Like it?
Sure.
Wayne sort of trying to get an opinion of what they wanted. Either split the rings even or throw the center line guard. Has to be out in front. Force maybe a couple run back attempts by the Stockli team. And Jan Hauser struggled in this one. If Stockli's going to do well, Jan Hauser needs to play well, and he hasn't in this one.
Clean it if you can.
A 3-1 game, but what very well could be more lopsided in favor of Wayne Middaugh right now.
It's in.
You're going to want it in anyways, guys. It's going to over curl.
Well, it'll come in. There is now just a bit off nose, and John Mead's had a few he's overthrown, or just are the stones that slide a bit more. He's trying to figure out with John Epping there what exactly is going up with his wrong with his stones.
Yeah!
Well, Jan Hauser needs a double for his confidence, try and help his team out, and he'll jam it just in between. And he still can't just get things to go his way.
Yeah.
That one in between going over the top or going straight back.
His jams look like a team we saw once. Johnny's just, his times are 5 to 10 points off.
Well, you hear the comment by John Mead that his times are just a bit more, he's just coming out a bit quicker than everyone else's split times. So we're going to have to try and just make sure they relay that to him. Just throw a little quieter from what he seems, because he obviously feels like he's throwing it all right, but it's sliding too deep.
Clean it. Line's good. Yep. 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 Clean. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Jacqueline.
Well, they want to get the guard out in front. It's a bit longer, so as to make that run back a little more difficult. I think Stockli here, you got to try this run back or make a move now. It's either decision. Do you try and play for the blank, which would be playing the run back, or do you try and set up your two?
Und
von außen da hinten tappen, das geht nicht. Sieht man da noch etwas?
Nein, aber dann bist du draußen, dann sind wir gleich weit raus. Dann kann wir immer offen.
Ja.
Dann sind wir genau
Weißt
gleich
du, wir können raustappen, dann wäre es gut.
Das Problem ist, wenn wir hier herkommen, kommt der
ja,
einfach weg, oder?
Er müssen verstoßen, aber bringt er auch nichts.
Nein, hier runter. Oder? Hier runter.
Ja. Selbst wenn er da liegt, ist auch gut.
Das ist auch nicht so schlecht, ja.
Well, they're looking at either drawing behind or corner freezing it, and I still like the run back myself. They're trying to get out of it that way by playing all those doubles, and here now they're going to try and draw right around it, it seems. Try and go back four. Wayne can just lob one down to lie two, but if he ever does miss, then you get a deuce out of it, which they need to try and tie this game up. You blank it, you have the hammer into the sixth, try and get your two there. Then you have a tie game with 2 to play, get a force, and 1 down without playing the 8th end. A scenario there, but Ralph seems to be content trying to go for his deuce with his 2 rocks in this 5th end of play.
Good, Lengi. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Wo sind wir?
Ah, der hockt schon noch da, der hockt schon noch da. Der hockt schon noch da, Jungs.
Whoa, Lengi. Muss schon sein. 7 wäre super. Warte noch.
Well, they got to try and make sure they sit back 4. This one, trying to get it buried, it just won't. Just too much ice, had good weight, and it really should have finished harder than that, but they couldn't go on it. Wayne will rip this one out, and then we'll see what Stockli does. He'll probably have to play the same shot, draw for his 1, and be down 1 with 3 to play.
Clean. Just clean. 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 Throw away.
Well, Wayne Middaugh just going to blast this one out and will spill it out of the rings. Lies one in the 8 foot. And now Stockli will again be drawing for a single point. Didn't want to have to do this, but I thought they might have thrown the run back on his first, but felt more confidence in drawing that. Drawing with his first didn't work out, and Ralph will play the intern to the 4 foot.
Backline.
Ja! Ja! Richtig! Richtig!
Das ist doch kurz.
Well, they got to make sure they're to the 4 foot here. They know they can get a little rub if they need, as it will come down. Won't catch that one at all, come right in behind. That's where they wanted with the first. And it's a single point, a 3-2 Wayne Middaugh lead here as we are through 5 ends of play. We get you set for our next game as well, our third of the day, as it will be a Nicholas Eden who lost to Randy Furby. He'll take on the winner of Pat Simmons, Fang Chung Wang, in our next game coming up at 9:30 p.m. Eastern. So 3 ends to play in this one, a 3-2 Wayne Middaugh lead. Middaugh also has the hammer here, as Simon Struben always, when they're at the World Championship, always see his name among the tops of the lead percentages. He was near the tops last week at the World Cup of Curling in Mississauga, Ontario.
Richtig, ist sehr gut. Linie ist perfekt.
See if they go to the 2-guard scenario or just the 1 to start off N6.
I don't think he's heavy, is he?
Lots of room.
Okay, I haven't been right yet today, so. Weight's great.
Well, Scott Bailey has been good on these come-arounds, been pretty close, and
good.
He goes right to the top of the 4-foot, and Scott Bailey, generous enough to put on our mic today after Wayne Middaugh refusing to wear one. Just not liking to wear our mics here and not a fan of them, so put it on Scott Bailey here for our second Middaugh game here of the week. They lost yesterday 7-1. They bounced back this morning with a win and are playing a lot better than what we saw yesterday against Mike McEwen.
Ganz weit aus. Ja, Linie wird besser. Oh, wow, wow, wow. Nein, nein, ist nicht gut. Ist nicht gut, Linie. Kijk, heel knap in, ik had hij achter.
Ja, hij had het gehoord, doet hij ook niet posten, hè?
Okay.
Gute Länge. Ist komisch, ja? Er hat nicht so der Finish. Straight run.
Okay, Scotty, that's okay.
Well, they're trying to just freeze to the inside of that one, that red stone that was just
thrown
by Struben. We're through lead stones, and it is Middaugh lying one. He has the hammer.
Hey, Scotty.
First stone may have been a little deep for Scott Bailey because now there's not a lot of room to draw to as well. Here, Marcus Agler, an important freeze, trying to set up the angles out in front. Right onto the top of that one. Try and angle it so they can tap it through.
Achtung! Achtung!
Tee! Tee! Oh! Oh!
Well, they won't. They'll actually come right to that shot stone and off the red tap it back.
He even knows that.
Not quite. I think it was sort of plan B for them, knowing that they weren't going to get it and they were going to tap a bit, that they come down to their own top of the 4-foot, tap it back. While they're trying to get to the nose, they just avoid touching that one of theirs on the button. I'd say a very lonely red stone in the rings, and there's a couple options here. You can either freeze to it, or you can play that red onto the yellow and roll the shooter over onto the other yellow. But here at this point, just a patient approach, draw in. You know you're still lying second. You got to protect that one at the moment.
Gallo, wow! Wow! Nee, niet aanhangen. Niet aanhangen. No.
Well, they can't really afford to bounce, and they bounce just off it. They do line it up a little bit to go to that Yellowstone. But if you can get to the inside, little hit and roll. I should be able to spill that top one over, maybe even over top of that yellow rock on the right-hand side of your picture. Left as they come in with the far house shot.
You think? Might be a hair more, Johnny. Lots.
Lots of hack.
Well, trying to get to the inside. They have just touched their own. I thought it would just slide by. They sit staggered in front of that red stone, and a very aggressive approach for Wayne Middaugh and from Ralph Stockli. And right now, advantage Wayne Middaugh.
So rein meinst du nicht? Nur der Freeze, nochmal, vorne rein.
Was willst du? Was bringt er denn? Bringt er ja gar nicht.
Was bringt uns der da hinten?
Ja, wie nimmt er den weg?
Mit dem Clearing.
Wie?
Mit dem Freeze, auseinander.
Wenn wir hier reinliegen, wie will er den weg?
Mit dem hier.
Ja, also, was bringt der? Ich sehe jetzt überhaupt keinen Nutzen von dem.
Mit dem hier.
Well, I think what Marcus came down was, rather than freeze to the one back four, freeze to the one top eight so they have an angle on it. Worry that Ralph has is that there's that yellow slash that could have a double, depending on how he would stagger those stones. The other one is they could hit off the side yellow, try and roll into the button. There's also, again, a little tap by Wayne Middaugh available. So things just not shaping up very well halfway through the sixth end for Team Stockli.
Ja, ich habe hier schon ziemlich mehr gegeben als hier. Also eine halbe kannst du mehr, ja.
Noch Länge! Noch Länge! Viel Platz! Sehr viel Platz! Wird besser! Ja!
Well, they're trying to get to the one right on the back of the forefoot. Hauser trying to drag it as far as they can, goes Struben and Egler, but it'll come up short, and it's a sixth shot right now. Middaugh will play this hit to live 5. I may even be able to roll into the back side of that one if it rolls too far, but just a little bit under would be perfect for Wayne here to live 5.
A little less than you.
Whoa!
Well, trying to cross it and get to the inside if they can. Well, we'll spill that one out just a little bit. I might have lined up a triple, or even a, looks like just a triple here, or the hit and roll in, it looks like is the out.
Not crazy, but
They're all sort of lined up. They're all clustered together for Middaugh. A big weight shot can get rid of a few.
Perfekt, wenn da ist, kann stehen.
Das ist ja so. Das ist perfekt, wenn er dort liegt, dann kann er auch nicht nehmen. So wie sie eingestellt sind. Bringst du nicht fort. Nein, uns bringst du nicht fort, wenn er dort liegt. Ja, eben.
Even if they roll just to the forefoot, don't roll all the way to the button, it's still a good shot from Jan Hauser because it cuts the rings down. And you see those overlap stones, wouldn't be able to play any sort of run back on it. So again, another huge, crucial shot for Stockli. And Jan Hauser make it. You could set up a steal by making this one perfect. And can they get it right to the top of the button enough to get in there for a shot stone? And very nice. Right in there, a lying one. Middaugh hooped it. There on the left side of center is looking at that red, yellow, red. get rid of both and maybe even roll the shooter over to the side. Still has the angle.
What do
It
you gotta
doesn't
hit?
quite roll in there
What do you
on
gotta
top
hit?
of that Yellowstone. So red, yellow, red. Try and get rid of both of them and hold the shooter. Somewhere in play that they may have to come off of later on.
Whoa!
Well, catch the right angle. Red, yellow, red. Spill it out. And the shooter rolls over to the side. Just
Good
about
boys.
spins in.
Great scab.
Geen chance mee.
As John Meade makes that one brilliantly. But it does roll that Yellowstone over a bit. Opens up the one back four.
So bin ich beim Hauser gewesen, wo da geblieben
Skip
ist
stones
nachher.
of the sixth
That
end.
is-
Stockley
Das kann nicht das
looking to just
wissen.
play the straight draw.
Kommen wie ein Auto.
Ja, nein, hat er nicht so viel geirrt, im
Ja,
Hauser
am Haus
Sinne.
sein ist schon übergeudelt, das ist da gelegen. Aber da vorne.
Wäre
wenn
eine
er
perfekte
geudelt-
Lauffläche gewesen für da hin.
Okay,
Mit dem Eis, oder?
okay.
Und jetzt sind wir ja da hin.
Ja.
Direkt rundum. Okay. So wie da runter oder noch höher? Ja, aber erst
So Stockley would like to steal one here in the end. But right now it is Middaugh lying four. He's going to have to make two pistols in this end if he wants to avoid giving up the big end. Well, Ralph Stockley, the 2003 world silver medalist,
Goed.
failed to make the playoffs as the Olympic rep for Switzerland
Zolang
in Italy in 2006. Will be there in 2010 representing Switzerland.
Lengie, oh. No lengie, no lengie.
Moet schuilen.
Knows if it's short, they can be top 8, but still in a good spot. But right down to that one. Be perfect. Sit on the corner of it.
Okay.
And
Zijn
just a little tap.
Maar nog één keer, hè. Dat is goed.
But how much of it is
Probably a
tucked
skinny,
behind that
like a
guard?
third, eh? No, you could probably play normal at it.
Yeah,
with
or whatever,
reasonable-
in a firm normal or something, right?
Whatever you like. You got to hit it pretty thin to not touch this, eh? Well, no, I mean, but to carry it.
Well, trying to pick this one out will be Wayne Middaugh. His first rock of the end, and is in good position. He picks it, he'll lie 3, and Stockley might have to blast the front or draw around. See how aggressively he wants to play it. Could play the draw, but if he missed it, it would be a game over.
Clean.
Seems okay.
Not overthrowing this one, as they want to pick that
Whoa.
one clean.
Clean, yep. Whoa. Whoa, off.
Well, he's close. Pick it right over the top.
Wow,
But
Wayne.
they'll touch that one over. Shooter will roll over to the side, and it'll
Beauty.
spin and just stick around as a biter.
Didn't touch.
That will be a big kicker later on, possibly.
Weniger geirrt.
As
Was er
Stockley
vorher
not
geht.
even looking at the hit. Going for it right now, trying to go top button, hook it around. And get this one fully buried in behind, knowing that those rocks are staggered. There's no real tap on them available. And play the outturn here to the top of the lid. The Swiss skip here needs to come up with a big shot to keep his team in this game.
Is goed. No lengie. No
Dat
lengie.
klopt.
Achtung. Ja.
Ja!
Ja. 3, 2, 1.
a great looking line. Can they get this one to finish? Get it right to the button. It'll go a little deep and it goes back button. There is room to probably draw down and tap it a bit. Tap it and get their deuce. That one over buried.
Okay.
Well, I heard the comment from Wayne. He's there and hooking it. So they tighten the ice up. He's going to throw it a bit heavier. Looking to draw down, tap this one back. Love to tap this one through, but get it into the 12-foot and can score 3.
Okay.
A 3-2 game at the moment.
Okay.
Right now, Stockli lying 1. A pretty good effort on the draw as gets overburied to that guard. Could be a huge turning point in the game either way. Here, Wayne Middaugh's last of the 6th end.
Whoa! No, it's not light. It's not light.
Off! Close, yep! Hard!
Well, they're off it early. Did they leave it too long? Got to get by the front. Get by the front. They will now get by everything else. Get right to it now. Tap it back. How far will it go? They'll tap it back. Get it into the 8-foot. And it's there for a deuce. And a big one as Middaugh able to come down, tap it back. We have a 5-2 game. Stockli's draw not good enough here at the Cactus Pheasant. We are in draw 7 of the triple knockout format. Let's take a look around. Claudio Pescia leads Jeff Stoughton. Loser this is out, and not quite the event Stoughton was looking for heading into the Canadian pre-trials next week. They're down 4-1 as they play in the 6th end. 2-2, Simmons and Fang Chung Wang of China all tied up. We are a 5-2 heading to the 7th end of ours. We'll get see a tie game, Ursel and Burtnick. It looked like it might be a runaway there for Ursel with the 4-2. It has been Burtnick battling back, 1-3, steal of 2 in the 4th, all square on sheet 4. And Sean Giel still leading Greg McCauley, now 4-2 as they play in 5. At the Cactus Pheasant Classic, we get into the 7th end. It is 5-1 in favor of Wayne Middaugh. Well, pardon me, 5-2. They do just put up the 5th end score. Hadn't put it up yet. That first stone goes into the rings. We'll see the corner guard go out in front. I thought I had lost it there. I'm pretty sure Stockli got a 2nd point. He got that with the draw in the 5th. 2, though, for Middaugh, and that means 5-2. Stockli gets the hammer back here in 7 and desperately needs a deuce.
Off.
Weight's good. Bump it a bit. Great shot, Scotty. Let's go, huge.
Well, first 2 in great position for Scott Bailey and this Wayne Middaugh team out of Toronto, Ontario. With a tight corner guard. They're going to try and put another corner on the same side, basically guarding it.
Wow, wide.
Slang, huh?
Well, the 2 corners out in front. Middaugh, a 3-point lead. We'll start to peel here. John Epping look to get rid of the front. So there goes the top corner guard. That one tight to the rings. Those 2 in the 4-foot on the center line still will have to be maneuvered by Ralph Stockli.
want the same call, huh?
Well, just an extra clean there. Have heard some talk about the ice maybe getting a little softer yesterday, but haven't heard any issues from the players today about being a little greasy, meaning a little bit warmer temperatures out on the ice, not being able to get a grip. Here, Marcus Aguilar wants to try and hook this around the corner. Well, I'm mistaken. I thought I saw that they were putting another one, trying to draw around. They put up another corner out in front. We'll see another peel from John Epping. And how long till Stockli makes a move in? Still too early to tell. I think too early to do that. We'll see another peel. John Epping. Don't know if he's thrown many draws in this game. It's been primarily hits. Maybe just one or two through the first 7 ends. For him, John Mead will head down. Now they're going to play a hit on these ones. They want to nose it, sit in front. Important part is where their shooter sits. Don't have to get both of them, just get the one. Well, there it will get both of them going, but they don't sit in front. They spill that yellow in behind the corner. They sit shot stone on the left side. Middaugh will rip the guard. He's not worried in the rings, and a little surprised here with this. He could hit to lie two, knows that Stockli could freeze to it, but he'll go peel the guard. See if maybe the shooter will carry him onto that one in the house as well. I think that's what he's banking on here. Well, get the one now, roll it right over, and it'll go just over the top. Need to curl up a hair more for John Mead to get that one. And right now, shot stone for Stockli. I like playing a freeze on that one. On that side, just draw down to the corner of it. Either that or guard up your shot stone.
Okay. Am Schluss kommen sie nach. Bleibt relativ lang, aber dann können sie. Was meinst du? Schon wieder nicht so schlecht, oder?
Viel Platz. Wird besser. Oh. Wow.
Schläger uns. Nee.
Wow.
Okay.
Genau.
Gut.
Well, they try the freeze, and again, just that little tap room here for John Mead to play it and get rid of this stone. Doesn't have to overthrow it. A 5-2 Wayne Middaugh lead. He'll make the hit. We'll kill both of them. And it's definitely shot stone in the 8-foot now for Wayne Middaugh. And last to thirds, I think Ralph Stockli in a position to get your two. Play the hit, maybe a little roll away. Have to stick around, though. It's a seems like a very simple thing, but very important here that you stick around. Continue to keep this two in order.
Ja, schon ein bisschen lang. Schon.
Ja, ist gut.
Muss schon.
Zahl. Gut, Zahl.
Weg, weg. 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 Wow, 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 wow.
Well, playing quiet weight at it so they can have some room for error. We'll get pretty much to the nose of it, tap it through. A little bit of stagger on these two.
Yeah, roll this. Okay.
Well, what Wayne's talking about, John was looking at rolling the higher one. Normally you're hitting the higher one at this point. Wayne wants to hit this lower one, roll back button, and get a nose hit back, and then he'll have a double. But first he needs to make the roll. Stockli will try and roll back away, and he may have a crosshouse double on his last to avoid giving up 2. Even if Wayne allows Stockli to get his deuce in the 7th end,
Clean.
he'd have a 1-point lead and last rock heading to the 8th end.
Yep. Well, all you got, Scotty, all you got.
Well, I'll see if they have any roll. They want to go back button. It'll just barely roll in to the 8-foot. Looks as though it's still Stockli lying 1. Nose is perfect now if they play the hit. I don't think you need to mess around trying to draw around or a freeze tap or anything like that. Nose hit, lie 2.
Da in der Mitte jetzt zwar nicht mehr so geölt, hä? Weißt du, die dort, wo wir fast abgezogen haben? Ja. Lieber ein bisschen reinwicken, sonst haben wir viel Platz.
Ja, lieber gerade, aber...
Bump up. Wow. Wow.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Ganz weg, ganz weg.
Well, important here for the hit and stick, and there it'll hit roll out for Ralph, and it just hasn't been their day here in this one. That one rolling out, a big difference in the game. You stick around, you're going to get your 2. Now, by rolling out, John Meade had that in the 3rd end, the one blank we've had in this game. That's the difference. You roll out just that little bit out, and instead of a deuce, it's a blank, and you'll be down 3 playing the 8th end.
Clean.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Well, right on the beak, it'll sit top 12-foot. Now Stockli will look to a blank the end, I believe. Decision time. Take 1, think you can steal 2, or do you try and score 3 in the 8th end, I believe is the conversation they're talking about now.
Ich würde noch machen.
Jetzt machen wir noch schnell diese.
Kannst du diese Frage? Mir ist gleich. Flip a coin.
Was meinen da? Schon. Ja, weißt du, dann können wir noch mit der Gabengarde spielen. Könnten wir. Wir machen ihn. Komm von innen wieder, Jan. Hackway.
Well, hack being the call for weight coming down there, and going to play the hit here, I think, to take 1 and try and steal 2 in the 8th end to tie this up, as opposed to blanking it, and that's exactly what Ralph Stockli will do. So he takes 1 after they have the discussion. Take 1. We'll head to the 8th end of a 5-3 game. A little surprise there, as we'll get you to the 8th end after this.
News from the ice. It's the only place to go for your daily curling fix.
Glenn Howard has taken over the lead on the men's group.
That's all right, and I'll pick that one out. Roll through the hole in front of the whole province, at least for Tony. Well, underachieve is definitely an understatement.
The final didn't quite live up to expectations.
Well, 5-3 here. This is the first stone, as Ralph Stockli will try to steal 2, and it's going about it a different way than what you'll normally see. We'll try and get the 2 corners out in front, and Wayne seems a bit surprised at that.
I guess, yeah, make it now, and then if I didn't make it, yeah.
Okay, sure. Yeah.
Going to draw top button with this one. Top 4-foot get in there now, and the 2 corner guards normally your way to try and score a deuce with the hammer, but
It's there.
Without the hammer, you want to
It's good.
try and
Go,
control
go,
the
go.
forefoot area. And those
Top
two
of the
corners,
four,
I don't
boys.
know
Top
if
of the
that's
four,
the
top of
best
the
way to try and generate a
button.
steal of 2 in this scenario.
Stop. Whoa, whoa. He's perfect. He's good. He's good. He's good. He's good. He's good. Shot, Scotty.
Well, right into the top of the forefoot. Stockli and Egler had the discussion prior to his last rock. What do we want to do? Do we want to hit and roll out blanket, try and go for 3, or try and steal 2? This way to try and steal 2 a lot more difficult because you're basically banking on a last rock miss because you're playing to the wings here, trying to hide behind them. If you throw your centers, you can try and control it there, get a couple in behind. Scott Bailey's going to throw his second through, it seems. Had a little wobble there in his delivery, but the straight throw through for...
Just shove it in the boards. What if something bad happens?
That was quite a slide.
Yeah. Right? Like, what if it picks and...
No länge. No länge. Yeah.
Well, trying to draw behind these 2 corner guards. The approach is that you don't allow for the double peel. You separate them as well. There are some points of putting these ones as corner guards. But we'll see the peel here for John Epping. Winner gets Jason Gunlickson in a B qualifier tonight. Of course, we'll have a B qualifier for you in draw 8. It'll feature Nicholas Eden against either Pat Simmons or Fang Chung Wang, and still to be determined who the winner of that one will be. They were tied 2-2 the last we saw. I'll give you a quick update. It is a 3-2 Fang Chung Wang lead as they play in the 7th end of that game. They're next to us on sheet 2.
Oh, oh. Wow, wow, wow.
Yep. Yep. Hurt. 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 Okay.
Well, trying to guard up that one they have, back 12 foot. It is Middaugh lying 1 top of the button. Middaugh continues to peel the 1, protecting that stone. Back 12 foot, they'll go peel and guard, pardon me. Assuming that every shot is made. At this point, they'll just rip the front. Stockli will have to put the guard back out in front, protect it, and they still leave Middaugh lying 1 top button. At some point, they'll have to try and play a hit and roll to use the other corner. So they'd like to face Wayne Middaugh to throw against 3 with his last.
Das gleiche Eis, was du für Guard gehabt hast, oder?
Zieh mal! Zieh!
Natürlich nicht schon.
Hörlein! Lei achter!
Länge auf!
Lei lang!
Well, trying to draw behind the other one. This one needs to sit. Very lively house. It'll continue to slide. Middaugh gets on it, slides through, and that might be it. Needed a perfect end and some misses from Middaugh. There's a miss. And now a wide open hit. They'll just peel this one out and will remain lying 1 with just the 1 corner out in front. That takes away really any chance for Stockli to lie 3 against Middaugh on his last.
Clean. That would have been a good throw this afternoon against Burtnick.
That's pretty hard, that one.
I got the We had the double ender going with the boards.
Oh, yeah?
Get the foot back so I can get a little extra momentum.
Well, there you hear it, getting a little extra push out of the hack. You'll see it sometimes, the closed boards. And see if you watch it closely on the next one. Watch the left sliding foot of John Meade going back and getting a little push off that one because there's not a lot of separation between the hack and the boards. But here, need to get this one behind. It was Hauser's lasso was heavy. This one looks similar. It'll go right back, and Middaugh gets on it. It'll go through again. So that's back-to-back draws that went through the house. And that will pretty much do it for Stockli in this one. Tough to see there with the sweeper in the way of the extra little leg push, but a lot of steam coming on this one for John Meade as he'll clear things out. Just that one stone top of the button. Stockli will see if they hit it or just tap it back. Well, Ralph electing to few things here. Could hit lie one, probably not your best way to try and get a miss out of Middaugh and skip rocks. Draw around, go back 8, back 12. Do it that way. Or you can freeze to it. So thought I saw an indication going around it to the back of the 12-foot and playing into a very small area of the rings.
Freeze. Freeze it.
Okay.
Well, here's the change. Just trying to freeze to that one. Either way, it's going to be a little bit off, and it'll be a shot here for Wayne Middaugh to run Ralph Stockli out of stones, move on to a B qualifier against Jason Gunlickson, who lost a heartbreaker against the Glenn Howard. He was up 4-0 in that one. He ends up losing in an extra end. Howard qualifies. Gunlickson drops to the B event into another qualifier, and it looks like he will have Wayne Middaugh as an opponent, assuming he can eliminate this red stone. He'll have 2 cracks at it to get rid of 1 stone, if need be. So Wayne Middaugh makes that one go away. They run Stockli out of stones, and it is a victory for Wayne Middaugh. They knock off Ralph Stockli. 5-3 the final here from draw 7 in the Cactus Pheasant Classic. We have more coverage coming up for you a little bit later. Of course, we'll have another B qualifier for you only on CurlTV.com, your house online.
Catch that one roll back up. Great shot from Pat Simmons. You have to be kidding me.
Kevin Martin.
They'll try and get him home. They'll do just that. Great shot